Making money in Escape from Tarkov is really easy. You come out of raid with all your loot, you either put it on the flea market or you sell it to traders. But until you make it to level 20, you don't have access to the flea market, so that's why you have to rely solely on the traders. My name is Ruben, and we're going to be going over a super simple guide on traders and which will give you the best value for what you're selling. I stream Escape from Tarkov during the week and sometimes on the weekend. I would love it if you guys came by and said hello, but with that out of the way, let's get right into the video. So like I said before, this is going to be a super simple guide for those of you that are really just starting out playing it and don't have access to the flea market. I'm not going to get into the very detailed amount of money and by how much margin one will give over the other. There's many other videos about that. This is going to be a clear-cut, dry video for this patch for 12.11 on traders. So to get the first thing out of the way, before you start selling and trying to maximize your profits, the thing you should prioritize as you level up is leveling up your traders. And by doing that, you're going to have access to more things when it's weapons or ammo or rigs, whatever that is. When you level up traders, you have more access to certain items. So for example, I have Ragman level 2, and I leveled him up 1 by spending money, 2 by his reputation, and 3 by leveling up and just playing the game. Now, if we go over to Peacekeeper here, I already have him leveled up by level, by reputation, but he still requires me to spend a little bit more money or to sell some more money to him to gain the rep so I can level him up. So when it comes to leveling up your traders, that should be priority number 1 so that you can have access to more things. You're still going to make money. You might not be able to maximize your profits, but it's still you're not losing anything by doing this. You're progressing through the game until you reach level 20. Then you can start worrying about profits and leveling up traders in different ways, by doing the quests and stuff. But that's priority number 1. So get that done out of the way, and then we'll get into this next part. Now, the priority of selling depends on what you're selling, but I usually go in this order. I go mechanic, therapist, ragman, skier, Jaeger, Prapor, Peacekeeper, and then fence. Fence is going to be the trash can of all the traders. You're going to be selling things to him that the other traders don't want, like a zeroed out rig or a very damaged weapon. You just throw it in, you just sell it to him and he'll buy it for whatever price. Again, it's not going to be the highest price ever, but you're still going to get some money out of it. So still utilize him when you need to when it comes to just those certain items. When it comes to mechanic, you're going to be selling your weapons, your ammunition, weapon attachments. He's going to give you the most money for these. So I'll do a quick example. Here's an SKS. It's 26,700 rubles. And if I wanted to sell it to, let's say, Skier's only going to buy it for me for 23,000 or 24,000, depending on the weapon durability. So mechanic is going to be your main person to sell, or your main trader to sell weapons, ammunition, and weapon attachments. Next trader on the list is going to be therapist. She's going to be buying mainly the health items, dog tags, and also miscellaneous items, so such as like keys or key cards. She'll pay a higher premium price than other traders. So if you want to get rid of a splint that only has 2 uses out of it, and you don't really see yourself using the 2 uses, or if you have a hemostat with 1 use, if you just want to get rid of it to just create room in your stash, sell it to her. She'll give you the most value for what you're selling as far as that goes. Keys, definitely, if you don't want to put the keys, especially when you don't have access to the flea market, selling the keys that you have extra of. If you're not, personally, I'm holding on to mine to sell on the flea market because I know I'm going to get a little bit more money. Other miscellaneous items like cats or lions, she'll buy it for a higher price. So just look out for therapist. She's going to buy anything, the complete opposite of what mechanic is buying. So next on the list is Ragman. Ragman's going to be the complete opposite of mechanic and therapist. He's going to be buying anything that you wear. So when it comes to hats, glasses, rigs, headsets, helmets, backpacks, he's going to be buying all those items for the highest price. You have to make sure, though, when it comes to selling your armor, is that the armor has to be at a certain durability for him to buy. So for example, I have an armor here that's 35 out of 35. He'll buy that because it's not mint condition, but it's fully the durabilities are all the way up. But this is half durability and he won't buy this. So you have to either put some money into the durability of the armor for him to buy it, or you could just sell it to Fence. Like I said, Fence is going to be the trash can of all the traders. Depending on, Is it going to be more cost effective to repair and then sell it? You make a profit off of it, or is it just better to just get rid of it through fence? So you have to kind of weigh your options there. Next up is going to be Skier. Skier is going to be much like Mechanic. He's going to be buying weapon parts, maybe grenades. My main focus would be only focusing on leveling him up. So selling weapons, selling weapon parts to him. You know, he also buys helmets. I would just sell to Skier just to level him up. I wouldn't prioritize Skier too much. He's an option just to level up. Like I said, he'll buy everything pretty much like Mechanic does and kind of like Ragman. But again, only focus on leveling him up just by selling or buying things from him. Other than that, you really want to utilize Mechanic. Next up, we have Prapor. Prapor is the trader that you're going to get the most value in selling grenades to. Let's say you have a bunch of grenades and you don't want to use them. Personally, I always hoard grenades because they're easier to just find than just to buy. But if you want to sell your grenades, you're going to sell to Prapor, even grenade launcher ammunition as well. He's going to give you the most value for the grenades. He also buys ammunition, miscellaneous items. Again, you want to be prioritizing selling the ammunition to Mechanic and the miscellaneous items to Therapist. But when it comes to throwables, sell it to Prapor. So next up on the list is Jaeger, and Jaeger is very similar to Therapist, where he's actually going to buy a lot of the health items for the same amount Therapist is. So when it comes to leveling up, prioritize Jaeger and selling the health items to him. He also sells CMS kits when you get to level 2, so that's really important, especially when you run out of CMS kits. But selling health items and also scav items. Jaeger sells or actually buys all the items that you come out with as a scav. So if the weapon is at a good durability, he's going to buy that off of you, whether it's a shotgun, whether it's a bolt action rifle. He buys those items as well as the knives. No one else buys knives besides Jaeger and also Fence, but Jaeger buys the knives. So if you want to make a little bit extra cash, you bring in the knife that you load out with the scav, and you make a little bit extra money. And you wind up leveling up Jaeger a lot faster than you think. Next up, we have Peacekeeper. Peacekeeper is a little bit different than everyone else. He's going to be buying and selling things for dollars. We always pay for things in rubles, but Peacekeeper is going to be that other guy that uses dollars. Again, prioritize him and leveling him up. So for example, I only have him at level 1. I'm already past the level requirement. I'm past the reputation requirement, but I haven't spent or bought enough from him to level him up. This takes a lot of time. It takes a little bit longer. It could be very costly to just try to do right away. He will buy weapons, weapon parts, miscellaneous items like diaries or small diaries, SAS drives. If you want to level him up, or if you just want to get, a lot of dollars, sell those items to him. Pretty much the same as Mechanic and Therapist, kind of. But your choice whether or not you want to sell to him. This is only for dollars, so it's not for rubles. So just keep that in mind when you're leveling up Peacekeeper and you're buying and selling from Peacekeeper. And last but not least, we have Fence. Like I said, you can sell pretty much anything to Fence. He's not going to give you the most value for what you're selling, but it's just to clear space in your stash. So if you just want to get rid of a rig, for example, we looked at this armor over here that Ragman wasn't gonna buy for me. I can get rid of this just to create space and not spend a dime on it. So I'm maximizing my profit already by doing this. Again, only use this for low durability armors or rigs and low durability weapons. Now let's get into weapons a little bit and the low durability. The newest thing about this patch is every time you load in as a scav, the weapon durability is always at 50% or below. And the problem with that is that you can't pass that threshold of 50% for any other trader to buy. So the only other option is to either dismantle the weapon and sell the parts, and then the only part that requires the durability you sell to Fence. So if you see here, a lot of people sell to Fence just the lower half of the gun, because that's the only part that no one else wants to buy, but they'll buy all the other parts. So doing that will maximize your profits. That's a method way to do it. And if you don't really care, and like I said, it's a small margin, if you don't care about doing that and dismantling it and just creating more space, or actually creating less space in your stash, just sell the whole damn weapon to Fence, and you're going to create a lot of room in your stash to make it really simple, and you're still making money. So it's not a total loss. So that's a simple guide to all the traders for this 12.11 patch, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I stream Escape from Tarkov, like I said, during the week and sometimes on the weekends. Hop in when you can, say hello, let me know what you think on the video, drop a like, comment down below, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.